this is Lisa Shea, and we've done videos on mixing up the cyanotype liquid and working with cyanotypes on watercolor paper. So now we're going to do an experiment where we work with it on t-shirts. I make a lot of t-shirts with cyanotype liquid. It's great for making shirts for events and festivals and bands and so on, and authors. So this time I'm going to make a t-shirt for a biking charity event. The cyanotype liquid will soak into a t-shirt just as well as it will soak into watercolor paper or anything else. So you just use it as a painting medium. I'll note that you want to hand wash the shirt when you paint it with cyanotype liquid, after it dries of course. I do know people who have put them into washing machines and the color doesn't go away completely and it doesn't make the other clothes in there blue or anything like that, but it does fade it a bit. So it's better to hand wash it with Woolite or something like that. So lay the shirt out fairly flat because any wrinkles that are in there are gonna catch the liquid and make little liquid wrinkles in there. So I just give myself a little more space to work with. And it doesn't matter that much what the material of the fabric is. I suppose I like cotton better just because I like cotton in general, but anything that will take a paint to stick on it will be fine. And get a little bit of your liquid in there and just paint it on. The fabric is going to absorb the paint and get it to spread out, so don't worry too much about being exact about what you're doing. And I personally happen to like streaky kinds of effects, so I like this kind of look to it. But it's not going to end up looking that streaky once it all dries. I'm using a spray bottle now to add a little more texture to it. But as this dries, the fabric is going to soak the liquid in, so everything's going to merge together a little. So you'll still get some spots and some drips and things like that, but just know that there's going to be a bit of expansion that happens with the liquid. So you can paint it on, you can spray it on, you can use sponges to dab it on. I really like this kind of rough effect because it helps show that it's handmade, that it wasn't just created with a computer or something like that. And then I just make sure that I get the white spots that I don't really want in there. But you can leave white spots in there if you like that kind of look, because then when we get to the next stage where we're adding on the gears or the flowers or whatever else you want to add to it, then you have a more interesting background for them to work against. So that's one of the shirts. I'll note that when you rinse everything at the very end of this, the color that shows through is going to be the color of the t-shirt. So if you have blue cyanotype liquid against a blue t-shirt, then you won't be able to see the cyanotype very much because it'll be blue against blue. So it's best to do cyanotypes with blue against white, or I like blue against yellow because the yellow really shines and then the blue is very easy to see against that. So try to stick with bright colors or pastel colors or white colors, and try to avoid darker colors, because if you have dark blue against a black t-shirt, for example, you will not be able to see the design that you're working on very much. So we're going with the spray paint, we're spraying it on, and again this is the first stage where you're getting the cyanotype liquid on the shirt, and the second stage will be when we expose it to the sun and put on, in my case, bike gears to make bike gear designs on this. And I do have videos for that other part of the process, so you can see all the different stages of this process. So you can do some bits with the spray paint, some bits with the paintbrush, some bits with sponges. You can do all sorts of different combinations and see what works. I really like doing the t-shirts because it's a useful kind of artwork that people will actually wear and enjoy out and show to other people, versus a hang on the wall kind of artwork, which, while it's pretty, it's not serving any other kind of purpose. And also, when you have wall art, it tends to be exciting for the first couple weeks, and then it almost just becomes a part of the house and you don't see it that much anymore. So unless you're routinely swapping out your wall art and creating new things to put up there, it loses its visual impact. But if it's a shirt or something that you only wear it every once in a while, then each time you wear it, it becomes new and fresh to you. So that's all that's really involved when you're doing t-shirts. You put the t-shirt down, you play with it just like you would play with doing your painting on the watercolor papers. And these are the things we're working with: the ferric ammonium citrate, the potassium ferrocyanide, and you mix those two together to form the mix that we're working with in equal portions. And like I said, I have another video that goes through all of that. So be sure to ask me with any questions, subscribe to get information in my videos, and let me know what other kind of videos you'd like me to work on. And I've got all my pictures on lisashay.com. Thank you.